Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is a stress-free flow. This class is all about tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system, this sort of rest and restore parts of our bodies and our systems to allow us to digest and process and absorb everything that we are exposed to on a daily basis. This practice, I think, is so important and one that we don't do often enough. And so all you need is yourself and someplace to move. When you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start in Sukhasana. So find your way to a comfortable seat with the sit bones down to the earth. Let your knees open up wide and then rest your hands comfortably so they can be facing down or facing up, whatever. Relax your shoulders and start to let your eyes fall closed. And right away, begin to send your awareness more internally, using the closed eyes to assist in that shift. And ask yourself, really genuinely, from a curious place, how you're doing, how you're feeling. What is your current experience? Try to acknowledge whatever is, as is, let it be. And if there's anything that feels especially dense, whether that's in the physical body or emotionally, start to breathe around it and then breathe through it and into it. So gradually beginning to deepen the breath. Letting each inhalation last a little longer than the one before it did. And the breath will get stretchier and elongated, filling to the tops of the lungs with every breath in. With every breath out, feel the earth beneath you. Feel how grounded you are here. Now, if there's anything specifically that has brought you stress today or in the week prior or just in your life right now generally, call that to mind for a moment without attaching any labels to it or judging it. Just bring it to your awareness. Take a breath into it through the nose. And then breathe out of your mouth. Let some layer of that stress release. Again, like that. Inhale, filling all the way up. Open your mouth like you're blowing away dust. Exhale. Good. Feel free to take as many of those as you'd like and return to them throughout your practice. Now we'll activate the Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale and exhale through your nose. There's a little constriction in the back of your throat. Breathe along that space, and your breath will start to create a sound like ocean waves. Soft and sweet. And just stay one more breath here. We'll start to find our way to tabletop. You can blink your eyes open or maybe keep them closed for your practice today. Sometimes it's nice to have a little more of an introspective practice with closed eyes. Either way, climbing up onto hands and knees, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Spread into your fingers and imagine that your hands are covered in paint and you want to press the full handprint of your palm and your fingers into the mat. Then tuck your toes behind you. Try to tuck all 5 toes, even the pinkies, and just begin to sway a little bit forward and a little bit back. As you move forward, let the shoulders move in front of your wrists and claw down into your fingertips. As you move back, stretch out your feet. Let the soles of the feet open up with the tucked toes. And then start taking this into some spinal waves. So the next time that your hips reach back towards your heels, arch your back a little there. Reach the base of your heart forward towards your thumbs. And then with your inhalation, hug in through your belly button to spine, pressing your front body to your back body. Tuck your chin a little toward your chest. Let the exhale rock your hips back towards your heels, arching your back as you go. Inhale, round your spine and come forward onto your hands and your knees. Hug your inner thighs a little bit together. And then exhale, hips toward the heels. Keep moving for 2 more rounds of breath like this. Option to add a circular motion now as the hips rock forward and back. Circular motion through the hips or maybe through the ribs, just anything that feels good to you. There's no set way that this has to look or feel, just hopefully good in your body. Good. Coming back to tabletop, untuck your toes. Keep the hips aligned over the knees and start to walk your fingertips forward, forward, forward. Maybe lowering the forehead to the mat or maybe sinking so the chest and the chin come down. Puppy pose. If you need to, widen your hands so you have a little more space in the shoulders and the upper back. Do so. And let everything drop. Let your elbows drop. Let your heart drop. Even let the breath drop deeper into the pit of your belly as it softens. And try to unwrinkle your forehead. Let your thigh bones be heavy. One more breath. Start to press down. Lift your heart or your forehead, and we'll wave all the way forward to lying on our bellies, sinking the pelvis, then the sternum down toward the earth. Sorry, not the sternum, maybe just the base of the ribs, because we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So elbows down, bring them about 1 inch forward of your shoulders. Press into your fingertips and drag the fingertips back towards your toenails as they grip down into the mat. And feel all the space being created in your heart. Now tuck your chin a little toward your chest, open the back of your throat, and then allow your right ear to rock toward your right shoulder. Come back through the center, and then left ear toward left shoulder, making a little half moon, half circle. And keep moving back and forth a couple of times. Stay on your palms and your forearms if you're feeling enough opening here or something that is working for you. If you'd like, you can start to press into your palms, hug your elbows toward one another, and float them away from the ground. If you're good here, maybe start lifting through your pelvic floor, and as you do, walk your palms a little closer towards your body, maybe into somewhere between like a seal and a cobra pose. So not a huge arch in the back, nothing too intense right away. Start to firm your thighs and your glutes a little, and then just expand your breath through your front body, growing through all the threads of your ab muscles, opening the core. Take a breath in, look up, and breathing out, release down. Place your palms by your ribs, tuck your toes, press through hands and knees, and then lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. And you feel the grounding, the rooting downward through the hands into the earth. And same with the feet, down, pressing down into your toes as they spread. Imagine you're growing roots deep into the core of the earth. And then from those roots, drink energy up through your arms, up through your legs, into your pelvis. Tip your sit bones toward the sky. Hug in through your ribs, and then press some weight off of your hands and back into your feet a little more, almost as though you could stand up on your feet, elongating your spine. Stretch your breath out even more, deeper inhales, deeper exhales. Last breath here. Try to draw from the space where your head and your neck connect. Draw forward all the way through the crown of your head so you can create more space around the neck. Breathing in. Now breathing out, start to travel to the top of your mat. However you'd like, you can take little baby steps, maybe 2 big steps, and land with your toes behind your wrists. Bend your knees deeply, bringing the belly and the chest down over your thighs. Let the crown of your head pour toward the earth. And then interlace your hands at the back of your head. Elongate your cervical spine by pulling down slightly on your head. Close your eyes and let anything that you're holding on to start to waterfall off of your body and back into the earth. Literally imagine it like water running down the length of your spine and then cascading forward. Release the grip of your hands, micro bend your knees, plug down into your big toes, hug your core in, and roll slowly, slowly up to standing, 1 vertebra at a time. Be in no rush to stand all the way up, but when you do, your head will come up last and your shoulders melt down your back. Spin your palms forward, breathing in, stretch your arms wide and then up to the sky. Look to your thumbs. Breathing out, palms meet in prayer at heart center. Close your eyes for a moment here. Just enjoy this little pause, this little space between movements. Feel your body. Blink your eyes open, palms soften beside you. Inhale, reach to the sky, look to the sky. Exhale with a long spine, tailbone back, heart forward, dive down into a fold. Bring your fingertips down, take a breath in, and find a halfway lift. Flatten your back, crown of head forward, tailbone back. Breathing out, pick up your left foot, step it to the back of your mat, and then let your knee land. As you inhale, press into your big toes and reach your fingertips up to the sky into a kneeling warrior Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, let your left hand land to the back of your left thigh, lengthen up through your right side body, and then just lean a little bit back. Again, nothing super intense. Let your hips melt down and forward. Find a lift in your low belly and your pelvic floor. 1 more breath in. Breathing out, both palms down to the top of the mat. Pick up your left knee. Now, as you inhale, drag your hips back in space. Reach your heart forward. As you exhale, press straight down. Imagine it's like a cat pose in the spine, rounding so much. Pick up your right foot and step it back into downward facing dog. Next breath in, float your left leg high to the sky, 3-legged down dog, keeping the hips square. As you exhale, pick up your right heel, hug your left knee to your chest, look forward, and then step softly. Left foot lands to your inner thumb. Come onto your fingertips, dig down into both feet evenly. And then as you inhale, reach your fingertips up to the sky, high crescent lunge. Your back thigh is charged, your back heel is floating. Sink your tailbone and imagine your ribs could float away from your hips. Lift through your fingers, 1 more breath in. Breathing out, take a step forward to the top of your mat, feet parallel, and just fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, flex your feet, pivot your toes to point out, and sink to a little squat malasana. Palms to prayer, heart center. Next time you breathe in, see if you can reach your arms all the way up to the sky, biceps beside your ears. And exhale, just folding forward once again, hips to the sky, pivot your feet back to parallel. Inhale, long spine, rising all the way up to stand. Let your arms go wide, and then swim up overhead. And exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Grow all your vertebrae away from one another. On your exhalation, pick up your right foot. Softly step it to the back of your mat and let your knee land. Breathing in, fingertips float up to the sky, lengthen the lines of your waist. Breathing out, right palm down to the back of your thigh. Create an anchor point there. You can melt into your hips, but still try to hug your feet a little toward one another. Lift through both sides of your body and start to lean back any amount. Hug your shoulder blades toward one another. Eyes might look up. Big breath in. And breathing out, swim forward. Both palms land to the mat. Pick up your hips and your back knee. Send the hips back in space. Take a breath in, grow your heart forward. As you breathe out, rounding your spine, suction the left foot up and away from the ground and step it back to downward facing dog. On your inhalation, the right leg glides high to the sky. 3-legged down dog, all 5 toenails point straight down. Then breathe out, float the left heel, right knee hugs in toward your heart. Step forward to your thumb. Press into your feet. Breathing in, hug your inner thighs toward one another and float your fingertips to the sky. Breathing out, settle down into your feet. Let the inhales energize length through your spine, through your arms. And let the exhales sink you deeper. One more breath. Next exhalation, stepping forward, folding forward. Feet are parallel. So when you inhale, heart forward, lift your toes, turn them out. When you exhale, land your toes, sink your hips down between your heels, Malasana. Palms to prayer heart center. Then inhale, reach to the sky if you can. And exhale, forward fold. Pivot on the heels, toes turn to point forward. Bow down. Interlace your hands at the base of your spine. See if you can hug the heels of your hands together. And then just take a breath in to grow through your spine like a halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, let your heart act like an anchor diving down toward the ground. And your knuckles float up toward the sky. Shoulder blades squeeze a little together behind you. Feel the broadness in your chest and your collarbones and really breathe through that space. If there's anything sticky, send the breath, especially there. Bring the hands back down to your lower back. Just switch the grip of your fingers. So opposite thumb will be on top. Inhale, halfway lifts. And exhale just again for a couple of breaths, folding forward. Having the head below the heart really helps to slow things down, helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Release the grip of the fingers. And let's roll up to stand one more time. So rounding the spine, core connected, chin toward your chest all the way to the top. And as you arrive to standing, head lifts, shoulders soften. Walk your feet together. Big toes touch, little space between your heels. On your inhalation, bend your knees deeply. Sink your hips low and back. And then reach your fingertips up to the sky. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hug in through your core. As you sit your hips low, see if you can bring your thigh bones parallel to the ground. Then lift your chest. Shift even more weight back towards your heels and play with lifting your toes off of the mat for one more breath in. And breathing out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, pick up your left foot, step it softly to the back of the mat and sink your knee. Now, as you breathe in, fingertips rise to the sky, kneeling warrior. As you breathe out, this time fingertips land to the mat, maybe to blocks if you like them. Shift your hips back toward just back in space. So the hips will stack over the left knee. Right toes flex brightly toward your face. Half splits. Just a couple of breaths here. With your inhalations, dig into your fingertips. Curl from the base of your heart forward to the top of your mat. With your exhalations, go a little deeper if you can. And maybe the depth is just like a feeling of depth, even if you can't see the pose physically deepening. Now, adding a twist, bring your left palm right beneath your left shoulder, and then take an inhalation, turn your right fingertips up to the sky and follow them with your eyes. Keep pressing down into your right heel and drag it isometrically, so without actually moving, back in space. Draw in through your core, send your sit bones back, send your heart forward, and then revolve through your ribs. Breathing here along the side line of the leg into the outer hip and the AT band. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out, step forward into your right foot. Land both hands inside of the foot and walk it a little bit wider. Pick up your back knee. Now take a breath in. Squeeze your feet toward one another as you lengthen your spine and your heart forward. Breathe out and bend your elbows deeply, sinking low. Again, like that. Inhale, feet hug together. Stretch through your spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, sink down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, this time as you sink, soften your jaw and stay low. Maybe just with elbows bent, maybe forearms to the mat or forearms to blocks. If you're feeling super open in your hips today, you can play with gliding your right shoulder under your thigh. Step your fingertips wide to the sides. And then if it's a little spicy in your back thigh, feel free to sink your knee down, or if you like that heat, stay lifted. So settle into somewhere that feels manageable for you for a few rounds of breath. Relax the back of your neck, relax your shoulders, and then feel the ripple effect of this softening traveling up into your jaw and all the little muscles that surround your mouth. Even deeper breaths. If your mind becomes distracted, focus back on the breath. Now start to press down and find your way back up onto your palms if you're not there. Lift your back knee. Take a deep breath in, look forward. As you breathe out, step your left foot outside of your left pinky finger and then sink down into a squat again, malasana, palms to prayer. This time we'll stay for a couple breaths. If it's more comfortable to have your fingertips resting on the mat, do that. And if it's more comfortable to slide a block under your sit bones so it's a more supported seat, do that. Close your eyes. Expand your breath both vertically and laterally, so breathing up and down the spine from tailbone to crown of head, but also through the sides of the back, wrapping around the ribs, wrapping around the shoulder blades. Take one more breath in. And out, fingertips down, lift your hips, pivot your feet back to parallel. Take an inhalation, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next inhale brings you right into chair pose, bending the knees, sink your hips, float the arms up to the sky. This time, maybe bring your palms to touch and biceps beside your ears. Just a couple more breaths. Notice what you're feeling. Notice any heat that's building. Try to allow it. One more breath. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot, pick it up, step it to the back of your mats, and let your knee land. On your inhalation, fingertips float up, kneeling warrior. Breathing out, fingertips to the mat, hips glide back, flex your front toes. Try to really spread the ball of your left foot here. Notice as it expands, your toes kind of spread even more, and you can feel all the lines that run down the back of the leg. Just stay for a couple breaths here in your half splits, lengthening with the inhales and traveling deeper with the exhales. Or just imagine that the breath is combing away any knots in your hamstrings or your calf. Adding a twist, align so that right palm stacks beneath your shoulder. And then with an inhalation, turn, open through the left arm. Follow your fingertips with your eyes. Stabilize by using your core. And then try to turn your ribs a little bit so right ribs move toward the left ones. One more breath in. And out. Step forward into the left foot. As you do, walk it a little bit wider so both palms land inside of your leg. Lift your back knee. Now, breathing in, pull the feet toward one another and lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, bend your elbows deeply, melt your heart down. Inhale, arms stretch back towards straight, reach through your spine. Exhale, heart melts and the hips melt as a result. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sink, relax your jaw, and this time stay low. Maybe forearms to the ground. Again, maybe playing with kind of backpacking the left leg over your shoulder, and then you can spider your fingertips out to the sides of the mat. Option to drop the back knee down if that's more comfortable for you. And take a few breaths. Our bodies hold on to stress physically in the form of tension. So this is your time to release that physical stress, that holding, where sometimes the stressor itself is gone, but the residual effects of that stress remain in the body. Let everything clear. If you need a sigh, take one. If you're all wound up, unwind your arm. Everyone pressing back up onto your palms. Tuck your right toes and lift your knee, breathing in. Breathing out, just step forward again into your squat, malasana, sinking the hips low. And then up to you this time if you want to stay with a long spine, do that. You could add a little twist, stepping one set of fingertips to the side and looking up toward the opposite arm. Or any other option that you want to play with in your squat. If you're doing something that has two sides, just take about 2 breaths on each side. And once you're even and good to go, come back to center. Reach forward and maybe sink to the sit bones without using your hands, or if you need fingertips to the mat to get there, do so. We'll find our way back to Sukhasana now. A nice tall seat, setting up for a little bit of breath work to close our practice. From your seat, take one hand to your low belly and take one hand to your heart. So we'll practice breathing in for a count of 2, breathing in to fill up the belly, and then for a count of 2, breathing into the chest, and for a count of 4, we'll release back down. So inhale 2 into the belly, 2 into the chest, and back down for 4, and then we'll increase the count as we go. Allow your eyes to fall closed, allow your shoulders to settle, and just take a clearing breath to begin. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Now inhale to the belly for 2. Inhale to the chest for 2. Let it go, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the belly, to the chest. Exhale, 4, 2, 1. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale, 3, 2. Soften your face. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. To the chest. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for 3, to the belly. To the chest for 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, belly, 3. Chest, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the quality of the breath smooth. Inhale, 3, to the belly, to the chest, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly, 3, 2, 1. Breathe to the chest, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3. Soft shoulders, 2, 1. Inhale, 4 to the belly, 3, 2, 1. To the chest, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3. Belly fills. 1. Inhale, chest. 4, 3. All the way to the surface of the collarbones. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Inhale. Chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Chest. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, belly. Chest. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Pause at the top of your inhalation. Lift your pelvic floor, tuck your chin, retain the breath. And exhale, let it go. Again, like that. Inhale, filling up. Retain the breath and relax into the retention. Activate your bandhas. Pelvic floor lifting, chin to chest. And exhale, slow, let it go. One more like that. Inhale, filling all the way up. Hold the breath and just soften. Exhale, release. And now release your hands. Bring your palms to face up toward the sky. Feel here all of the effects of your breath, of your movement, of dropping the head below the heart, of intentionally clearing physical stress from your body, as well as stress and tension from the mental space and the emotional space. And see if you feel more spacious, more free, more open, unwound. And then stay seated or come down to lying on your back into Shavasana. As you transition, try to keep your eyes closed. If you're able, stretch your legs out long, stretch your arms out wide. And see how heavy you can make your whole body. As you come into a new position, if you're taking Shavasana, notice if a different layer of stress reveals itself or a different layer of tension or holding. And just know that you have the ability to mindfully relax into it and soften it away. And we'll stay here for a couple of minutes. So just let everything drop. All you have to do is rest. And stay and rest even longer if you'd like. If you're ready to move into the rest of your day, start to deepen the breath and flicker fingers and toes to wake them back up. When your next inhale comes, let it draw your arms back behind you and grow your toes forward into a long body stretch. And on the exhale, roll you lazily to a side for fetal pose, knees towards your chest, head drops. And then press into your palms, rise up to a seat. Sukhasana one last time. Feel the length in your spine and the grounding in your pelvis. And let's bring the palms to meet in prayer at heart center. Feel your hands touching each other, all the points of connection there. And set an intention for moving into the rest of your day or your night or your week. Maybe some kind of intention around releasing stress more regularly so that there's not as much of a buildup. One final breath together. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. Heart to your thumbs. Chin tucks towards your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for doing this little stress-free flow with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. It's so important. And I hope you have a really great rest of your day and night. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these options really help to support me. Thank you. And I will see you soon in the next class. Bye.